Hello everyone, this is Matt Miller, your Dean of Online Instruction. And today I want to share with you some of the new tools that we have available for you beginning this fall in Canvas. This will actually be part one of a three-part series introducing these new tools to you. So part one today, we're going to talk a little bit about Unicheck. So Unicheck is the plagiarism detection tool that we will be using in Canvas starting this fall. It will replace the VeriCite plagiarism detection tool that we had been using. So Unicheck gives us some added functionality and some more features that VeriCite simply didn't have. And so if you have assignments and you want students' work to be checked for plagiarism, you'll need to follow these steps I'm about to show you to make sure that you have Unicheck enabled for each of your assignments. So what I would like to do now is take you into a course to show you how to set up an assignment using Unicheck. So I'm going to click on my course here. And next I'm going to go to my assignments menu. So click on assignments. And just like you would create any assignment, including VeriCite, you'll click in the upper right-hand corner to add an assignment. Okay, so nothing new there. Then you'll give the assignment a name. You can go down here and type in your instructions to your students as far as this will be a 600-word essay on whatever topic. You can put your instructions there. Then you can award your points here. Okay? And then down under submission type, you're going to choose online. And most of the time you will have a file upload. So you'll want your students to upload a file. However, text entry will also work. So if you have a shorter answer, paragraph or two you want your students to submit but you want to check it for plagiarism, then you can also select text entry. If it's a research paper, an essay or something, obviously you'll want a file upload. Now watch what happens when I click file uploads. Notice that I can restrict the file types to Word documents, PDF files, or specific documents if I choose. But notice when I click that now I have a box that comes up called Plagiarism Review. So what I'll do here is choose Unicheck, which is the only option. And from here I've got some options as well. Okay, once I've chosen Unicheck, then I can choose these particular options. These are pretty standard options for plagiarism detection tools. We had them with VeriCite and with SafeAssign even before that, but now we also have them with Unicheck. The first thing it's going to ask you is whether or not you want to add the student's work to the institutional library or database. So basically what it's saying here is that when students submit their work, that it will go to a Navarro College database of other Navarro College student submissions. And it will check that database as well as internet resources throughout the web of whether or not the student plagiarized their work. It's important to have that selected and turned on. In fact, most of these you'll want to just keep on and just keep going. There's really nothing you'll want to change there. But I just want to walk you through some of these enhancements just so you know. In addition to that, Unicheck has a Unicheck database as well. So for colleges and universities that use this particular product, it will also check against those particular colleges, universities, and schools, and as I said before, the entire internet for suspected plagiarism. Okay, so I'm going to leave that on, unless it's a draft. If the students want to upload, if you just have them upload a rough draft just to show them what Unicheck does, then you can choose to exclude that from the institutional database. But for now, for most of your work, you'll just have it on. So just leave it on. Also, you can exclude quotes and references. So in a student's paper, anytime that they quote a famous person or quote a reference from another source, or something, then you can choose to have that excluded from the report as well. So all of these little features just basically give you a chance to kind of fine-tune what Unicheck will look at when it determines what it considers to be plagiarism. It's important to note that there's no such thing as a bulletproof, 100% accurate plagiarism detection tool. Those don't exist. So as a professor, you have to go in and do your diligence, read through it, and things that it marks as potential plagiarism may not be plagiarism indeed. So there are such things as false positives that you have to overlook or exclude once you're in the report. So the other thing is references. So bibliographic references, and in some tools it gets picked up as as plagiarism, even though it's just a works cited list of references there. So you can choose to exclude both of those. The other thing that's kind of unique to Unicheck is excluding sources that are basically a string of words within a sentence. So for example, right now it's by default it's set to 8 or 5%. So what it's saying is that Unicheck will exclude sentences where there's 8 words that are similar or less. Okay, so it assumes that there may be some sentences and things the students will write that are something that everybody could write. And so just basic common phrases and things like that. You can obviously fine-tune this a little more, so if you chose only 5 words or less that it would exclude, or 3 words or whatever, or you could put down a 0 and they have to, it'll have to look at everything. But just keep in mind the fewer the words in a sentence, then the more plagiarism that it will detect, the more false positives that you'll have. So that's just a way to fine-tune it as well. So I just leave this kind of in its default way. I don't really make any changes here. And then down here you can choose when to show the report to students. Now I prefer the students see the report right off the bat. However, you can choose to delay the student seeing the similarity report after the assignment's been graded, or after the due date, or never. So that's completely up to you. There's no hard and fast rule on that. You can let the student see what the Unicheck report was right off the bat, or you can delay it. So however you want to do it, or just doesn't show them at all as well. And then you just assign your due date to your assignment and save and publish. Okay, so very, very simple. You choose file uploads, Unicheck. Actually, in your dates, you can fiddle with the settings there if you choose. Save and publish, and your assignment's ready to go. So in doing that, once your assignment's ready, you can go to anywhere in your course and you can link that link an assignment to wherever you want it to be in your course. Okay, so there I have a research paper that I've put actually linked to this page. Okay, the student will go out to the course, click on the link to upload their assignment, or they go to their assignments area, however you choose to have them do that. And then when they do that, they'll go out there and they'll upload their file. It'll show them down at the bottom a pledge that they have to actually agree to, and it essentially says that the student is familiar with Navarro College's academic honesty policies, and that they're saying that this is their original work. And once they do that, then they can upload their file as well and turn in their assignment. From your perspective, you go to your grade book and you will see when a student has turned in their work for this particular research paper, for example. You'll see that if there's something in there that the student has submitted, then you'll see this little icon here, but then you will also see a little flag of what it suspects is plagiarism. Okay, so you'll see this little flag there, and if it's red, that means that there's a very, very high level of suspected plagiarism. If it's green or blue, then there's a much lower. Yellow, of obviously caution, will show you a higher percentage of plagiarism. Red is obviously the highest. So this is actually a paper that I submitted on behalf of a student that is 100% plagiarized. And so let's just take a look at what that looks like. So if you want to see the report, and by the way, I have noticed that Unicheck does a really good job of getting those reports to you very quickly, so you don't have to wait several hours before between the time the student submits their work and the time you get the report. That was another function that you didn't like about the last system, and this one is a lot faster, so that's a good thing already. So what you can do is, to view the report, is in the column heading here, you can click the down arrow and go to Speed Grader. Okay, and Speed Grader will take you to your student's work, and you can see the student's paper here and annotate it just like you could with any assignment. On the right hand side though, you'll see that little flag, and you'll see a percentage of what it thinks is suspected plagiarism. Now I told you this was 100% plagiarized, but you can see it's giving me 89.88, right? Why is it doing that? Well, remember, I excluded quotes and bibliographic references, so it's not counting those. It's only counting suspected text, so it is not counting quotes and things that make up the rest of that percentage. Okay, so in doing that, it's excluding some things. So to view the report, I click on the percentage there in the speed grader, and it's going to bring up this student's report. Again, I'm going to see the suspected sources up here. I can go to the options, and I can go to my exclusion options, and I can turn on and off the exclusions as well, and reset those if I choose at that point to fine-tune it. Again, I can do so after the assignment was submitted. I can go back and it'll give me another report. I can flip over to quotes and see the areas where things are quoted. There is a color code too. As I scroll through the paper, by the way, anything that's highlighted in yellow is suspected plagiarism. Anything that is in blue is going to be a quote on a reference. Okay. So as you go through the report, you will see that there are quotes out there that it's picking up. Okay, I can kind of go through and check those. So far it looks pretty legit. And then down at the bottom, the very bottom of the report, notice that in purple it will show me all the bibliographic references. All of these have been excluded from the actual suspected plagiarism, but 89.9% is still very, very high. So I would say that this paper was indeed plagiarized. You can also download this report and save it as a PDF file. You can also comment on it. Now, you obviously have the ability to comment in your speed grader in Canvas, but here, before you download your report, you could go through and add comments down here anywhere in the paper. So you choose where you want to add comments. Just say here, for example, it'll put a little dot there, and then you can add your comment here, okay, as well. You can post your comment as well there. So you can see there's my first comment. I can continue adding comments throughout the paper. Once I'm done, I can then download the report and save it for my records. If you've chosen to allow students to also see that as well, then you will see that it goes to them immediately or never or whenever you want it to go to them. Notice that you also have other guides out here. You can contact support if you have any problems. There's also a quick start tutorial out there for you in Unicheck. So a lot of great information out there for you. So that's essentially Unicheck. If you do have any questions or problems or need any help, of course, I'm also available to help you. But please, if you haven't done so already, if you do plan on using plagiarism detection anywhere in your course, then please go out to your assignments where those assignments are due and make sure you either edit or create your assignments using Unicheck. Thank you very much. I do hope that you will also watch the other videos of the new tools that we have available for you. We're really excited that we have these new tools, and so we hope that you will get some use out of them. If you do like these videos, you can like and subscribe down at the bottom of the page there, just below me somewhere over here. I think over here, I believe. You can see the subscribe button, so certainly do that. And if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in part 2.